Hi viewers, in this video we will learn about the mesh analysis of DC and AC circuit. Mesh method used to find the current circulating around a loop. Normally to find the current we can use the Kirchhoff's voltage law. If the circuit is having two or more loops, we can use the mesh method to find the current. I have solved some problem. Let's see. First problem. Use mesh analysis to determine the three mesh currents in the circuit of the figure shown in below. In mesh method, the circuit we need the voltage. If the circuit is having current means we have to convert the current into voltage. First we have to mark the loop of the circuit. This is I1, this is I2, this is I3. Otherwise we can choose this is I1, this is I2, this is I3. Anyway, we can choose the loop of the circuit. In this circuit, we are having three loops. So, we have to create the 3 cross 3 matrix. First, we have to write the R value. R value in this first fill the diagonal values. We know that this is the place of A11. For A11, consider the first loop alone. In this loop, add all the resistors. Here we are having the resistors are 1 plus 2. The value is 3. Next, this is the place of A22. Consider the second loop. Here the value is 1 plus 3 plus 2. The value is 6. Then the third loop, A33. Consider the third loop alone. 3 plus 1 plus 2. The value is 6. We have completed the diagonal elements. Next element is A12. A12. This is the place A12. A12. Consider this 1 and 2 loop. In this between the resistor we are having the value is 1. Why I am putting this minus means in this first loop the current is flowing in this direction, downward direction. In the second loop, in this 1 ohm resistor, the current is flowing the upward direction. Both the directions are opposite. We have to put this minus sign. Both the currents are opposite direction. We can put the minus sign. Keep it in mind. The diagonal values only positive. The remaining elements are negative. And one more thing. This loop direction always in clockwise direction. And next element is A13. A13. Consider 1 and 3 loop. In this resistor, in this loop we are having the resistor value is 2. We can write the value as minus 2. Then this is the place A21. Between 2 and 1 the value is minus 1. This is the place A23. 2 and 3. Between the value is minus 3. Then A31, 3 and 1, the value is minus 2. A32, 3 and 2, the value is minus 3. We got the resistor or matrix. Next value, Ohm's law, V equal to I into R. This is V, this is I, this is R. I, we know that the currents are I1, I2, I3. Next, voltage. Consider the first loop. The voltages are 6 volt and 7 volt. This arrow first meets this plus value, plus voltage. We can write the voltage value as minus 6. If it meets plus means we can write the value as minus 6. Next again this arrow meets this minus 7. We can write the value as plus 7, which is equal to, we got the answer as plus 1. Next is second value, second loop. There is no voltage source. Simply we can write the value as 0. In third loop the arrow meets this negative. We can write the value as plus 6. In the problem, we have to calculate the 3 mesh current. By Cramer's rule, I1 which is equal to delta I1, I2 which is equal to delta I2 divided by delta, I1 which is equal to delta I1 divided by delta, and then I3 which is equal to delta I3 divided by delta. Here for this equation we need delta I1 divided by delta. First, we have to calculate the delta value. Delta means determinant of this R matrix. Determinant of this R matrix. I have published a video explaining the steps to solve the matrix equations using scientific calculator. The link for the same has been given in the description. Otherwise, by manual calculations, we can find the delta value. The delta value is 39. Next, delta I1. Delta I1, just we have to replace the first column by this voltage value. Delta I1, we have to replace the first column by the voltage. We got the answer as delta I1, which is equal to 117. Next, delta I2, replace the second column by the voltage value. Delta I2 value is 78. Next, delta I3, replace the third column by the voltage value. Then delta I3 value is 117. Then we got the value of delta, delta I1, delta I2, delta I3. Directly we can apply the values in the equation. Delta I1 which is equal to 117 divided by 39. We got the answer as 3 ampere. Then I2 which is equal to 2 ampere. I3 which is equal to 3 ampere. Suppose in this problem, we have to calculate the current flowing through this 1 ohm resistor means just we have to subtract the highest current value to the lowest current. Why I am subtracting the highest value current to the lowest value means this 1 ohm resistor, the current flowing through this resistor is I1 and I2. Two currents are flowing. So we can just subtract the highest value to the lowest value. Let's see the next problem. Find the power delivered across 4 ohm resistance. We know that power P equal to I square into R. To calculate power, we need the I current. We know the resistor value is 4 ohm and then we have to calculate the I2 value. Using mesh method, we can calculate the I2 current. In this mesh method, first we have to check whether our circuit is having voltage or current. Here in this place, it is having 12 volt, no problem, voltage. Here also, this is the symbol of dependent voltage, so no problem. Here in this, we are having the arrow which represents, we know that the current. This is the current. We know that to use mesh method in the circuit, we need the voltage only. Suppose the circuit is having current means we have to convert the current into voltage. This circuit is having current, we have to convert this current into voltage. Then only we can apply the mesh method. Here, in this current, there is no parallel resistance. We can't convert this current into voltage. So, we can use the super mesh method to calculate the current. How we can calculate the current using super mesh method means using the equation. Let's see. First, we have to mark the loop of the circuit. Here the loops on, this is I1, this is I2, this is I3. Anyway, we can put the loop of the circuit. But always the direction, it should be in the clockwise direction. First, from the diagram, we can write Vx because the voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor is in the problem they given Vx. By Ohm's law, we can write the Vx value. Vx which is equal to Ohm's law, V equal to I into R. We can write Vx equal to 2 into the currents are I1 and I2. We can write I1 minus I2. Why I am putting I1 minus I2 means for loop 1, we have to write the equation initially. Here, in this 2 ohm resistor, the currents I1 and then I2 are flowing. Then only we have to write Vx which is equal to 2 into, for first loop I1 minus I2. For second loop, this is for loop 2. For loop 2, we can write Vx which is equal to 2 into I2 minus I1. Next, from the circuit, we can write Iy which is equal to I1, because in the problem they given this is the Iy current. Now we consider this is the I1 current, first loop current as I1. We can equate these two, Iy which is equal to I1. Next, we have to write the equation for individual loop, because this is the super mesh method. Because this circuit is having voltage and current. Consider for loop 1, apply KVL. In this loop 1 alone, we have to apply KVL. We know that this arrow meets this negative, means we can write the value as plus 12. Next, resistor. Resistor means voltage drop we are having. So here we can put the sign minus. Minus Ohm's law, V equal to I into R. We know that the current flowing through this first loop is I1. I1 into R value is 1 minus I1. Next, here this is the voltage. The arrow means this positive. We can write minus 3 into Iy value as I1 minus 3 into I1. Then here we know that the voltage across this resistor is minus 2 into I1 minus I2 equal to 0. Plus 12 minus I1 minus 3 into I1 minus 2 into I1 minus I2 which is equal to 0. Then split the term. We got the equation as minus 6 I1 plus 2 I2 which is equal to minus 12. This is equation 1. Then consider the loop 2. Apply KVL. The same method. Here in this 2 ohm resistor, here this 2 ohm resistor, the current I2 is flowing and also I3 flowing. Here how we can write the KVL in this 2 ohm resistor means V equal to I into R. 2 into, this is for loop 2. We can write the equation as 2 into I2 minus I3. Minus 2 into I2 minus I3. Next, here minus 4 into I2. Next, this current is flowing to this resistor. Here, we know that for loop 2, Vx is 2 into I2 minus I1. This is resistor voltage drop. Minus 2 into I2 minus I1 equal to 0. Then split the term. We can get the equation as 2I1 minus 8I2 plus 2I3 equal to 0. Equation 2. Then from 3 we can directly write the I3 current. Here one current is flowing. We know that this is 2 into Vx and then we mark the current as I3. This current is in this direction. The given current is opposite direction. We can write the equation as I3 equal to minus 2 into Vx. Both the currents are opposite. We can write it as minus 2 into Vx. Then Vx we can write the value as 2 into I1 minus. For loop 1 minus 2 into I1 minus. Just let us consider 2 into Vx which is equal to 2 into I1 minus I2. Then I3 equation as I3 which is equal to, then split the term, minus 4I1 plus 4I2 minus I3 which is equal to 0. Then solve these 3 equations. We got the answer. I1 equal to 0, I2 equal to minus 6 ampere, I3 which is equal to minus 24 ampere. If you want to solve the same equations using a scientific calculator, please check out the video in the link provided in the description. Here we got the answer I2. We need only I2. I2 value is minus 6 ampere. Just substitute the value in these power equations. We got the answer 144. The unit of the power is watts. 144 watts. Next problem. Use the technique of mesh analysis to evaluate the 3 mesh current. Here first we have to check whether the circuit is having voltage. Here voltage no problem. Here we are having the current. So first we have to check whether we have to convert this into voltage. In this current there is no parallel resistor. We can't convert this current into voltage. We can use the mesh method to calculate the current. First we have to mark the loop of the circuit I1, I2, I3. Next apply KVL in this first loop. Here in this previous problem, here this current is separately from the another 2 loop. But in this problem, this dependent current is between I1 and I2. This is another type of problem. First we have to apply KVL in this loop 1. Minus voltage drop. We can write minus 1 into this resistor is between this I1 and this I2. Minus 1 into I1 minus I2. Next, this type of dependent current, this is between loop I1 and I3. So we have to mark this as dependent. So in this problem, no need to consider this current and resistor because this is the dependent current between I1 and I3. Just remove this current and resistor. Next apply KVL. We written minus 1 into I1 minus I2. Next resistor. We have to consider this resistor. This is minus 3 into I3 minus I2. Minus 3 into this 3 resistor is between I3 and I2. I3 minus I2. Then minus 1 into I3. This arrow is coming this direction and then again it meets this negative of this voltage. We can write plus 7 equal to 0. Okay. No need to consider this dependent current, and then here we have to consider the current as I3 not I1. Then remaining the voltage is plus 7 equal to 0. Then we got the equation is this. Next loop 2, apply KVL. This loop 2 we know that minus 2 into I2, minus 3 into I2 minus I3, minus 1 into I2 minus I1 which is equal to 0. Then we got the equation I1 minus 6 I2 plus 3 I3 which is equal to 0. This is the equation 2. Then this type of problem, this dependent current is between this I1 and I3. First we have to write the equation as I3 minus, this is between I3 and I1. I3 minus I1 which is equal to, see this direction of the current. This is downward direction. Consider this I3 current is flowing upward direction. Both the currents are opposite. We can write the equation as I3 minus I1 which is equal to minus 7. Then solving these 3 equations, we got the answer as I1, I2 and I3. Next problem, in the network find the voltage V2 such that the current in the 1 plus J1 ohm branch is 0. This type of problem, this complex value represents, this is the AC circuit. In this we have to calculate the voltage V2 and then the given condition is I2 value which is equal to 0. By Grammer's rule, I2 which is equal to, we know that delta I2 divided by delta which is equal to 0. From that we can say that delta I2 which is equal to 0. First we have to write the matrix. This is in the circuit we are having the 3 loop I1, I2, I3. We have to create the 3 cross 3 matrix. Same way we have to create. First we have to write the diagonal elements. In this place A11 place add all the resistor 3 plus this J4, 3 plus J4. Next second loop 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus J plus 1 plus J plus 4, 3 plus J5. Just we have to add all the resistor value. Then 3A3 3 place 2 plus 6 which is equal to 8. Next we have to write the second element A12. 1, 2. Between A12 the value is minus J4. 1, 3. This is 1, 3. This is loop I1. This is I3. Between there is no connection. We can write the value as 0. A21. 2 and 1 minus J4. A23. 2 and 3 minus 2. A31. 3 and 1 there is no value 0. A32 value is minus 2. I1, I2, I3. Next voltage value. Voltage first loop value is 30 angle 0 degree. Here there is no voltage source 0. Then here the voltage value is V2. Here delta I2 equal to 0. Delta I2 means just replace the second column by the voltage value. Next, calculate the determinant value. We got the value V2 into minus 6 minus 8J which is equal to J960. From that we can calculate V2 which is equal to the value as minus 76.8 minus J57.6. And then convert this value. This is the rectangular format. J term represents the rectangular format, and then convert this rectangular format into polar format. We got the answer as 96 angle minus 143.13 degree. I have published a video explaining the steps to solve the complex equations using scientific calculator. The link for the same has been given in the description. Next problem, in the circuit determine the voltage Vx. Here first we have to check our circuit is having voltage or current. Here we are having the current. We can't convert this into voltage because there is no parallel resistor. And then here we are having voltage source. Here we are having current. But we can convert this current into voltage. In this parallel it is having resistor. First we have to convert this current into voltage. Then we know that current voltage means just we have to draw the resistor in series with the voltage. We know that V equal to I into R. I value is 0.3 and then 0.3 into R value is 900. We got the answer as 270 volt. 0.3 into 900 which is equal to 270. Then we have to redraw the diagram as this 900 ohm series with the 270. Then remaining same. Next we have to mark the loop of the circuit. This is I1. It should be in the clockwise direction. I1, I2, I3. Then using equation we have to solve this problem. First in the question they given Vx which is equal to Vx in this voltage drop across the voltage in this 500 ohm is Vx. We can write the equation as Vx which is equal to minus V equal to I into R. R is 500. Current is I3. 500 into I3. In the resistor they given the polarity is minus to positive. We can mark the voltage value as minus 500 into I3. Next loop 1. Loop 1 we can directly write the current value. That is this is in this upward direction. This is also upward direction. We can write the value directly I1 which is equal to 0.6 ampere. Then consider the loop 2. Apply KVL in this loop 2. We have to write the equation. This arrow meets this positive. We can write minus 270. Then this arrow meets this resistor. Resistor means voltage drop minus 500 into I2 minus I3 because this 500 ohm is between I2 and I3. Then minus 900 into I2 minus 600 into I2 minus I1 which is equal to 0. Then split the term and then we got the equation 600 I1 minus 2000 I2 plus 500 I3 which is equal to 270. Next in this first loop we got the answer I1 which is equal to 0.6. Just substitute 0.6 in this equation. We got the answer minus 200 I2 plus 500 I3 which is equal to minus 90. This is equation 1. Next apply KVL in the third loop. Here minus resistor means voltage drop minus 500 into I3 minus I2. This is voltage. This arrow means this negative means plus 0.5, and then Vx. We know that minus 500 into I3. Just substitute the value. Next, this arrow means this negative. No need to here, no need to consider this minus and plus. While writing the KVL, we have to put this minus sign because this is the resistor. Here it is having voltage drop. Here just we have to put the minus. But in this voltage equation, we should consider this minus because this is lowest polarity to highest. We have to put this minus 500 I3. Then expanding each term, we can get the equation 500 I2 minus 1250 I3 equal to 0. Then solving this equation 1 and I2, we got the answer I3 which is equal to 0.02 ampere. No problem, have to determine the voltage Vx. We know that Vx which is equal to minus 500 into I3 value is 0.02, which is equal to, we got the answer minus 10 volt. This minus represents the current flow direction is in opposite direction. Here we choose this is the direction of clockwise direction. We got the Vx value as minus, just we have to redraw the value this direction. We got the answer as Vx, it should be always positive sign. Vx which is equal to 10 volt. Thank you. To get the notification for my next video, please subscribe and click on bell icon. Thank you.